Intro. Welcome to Everything in 1, where the world of manga unfolds, and every chapter takes you deeper into the heart of the story. In today's breakdown, we dive into Chapter 9 of Windbreaker, Shadows of the Past. This isn't just a chapter about new rivals or fights. It's a chapter that pulls back the curtain on Haruka's past, revealing just why he's the way he is, and how the ghosts of yesterday shape his future. The chapter opens with a stark contrast to the previous one. The calmness feels unsettling. Haruka's days have been more than just surviving school. They've been about something deeper, discovering where he belongs, or perhaps more fittingly, where he's meant to leave his mark. Yet as quiet as things seem, beneath the surface, something ominous is moving. We catch Haruka once again walking alone. His figure remains an enigma, cloaked in silence. He doesn't need words to communicate. His presence is enough. The once skeptical students now look at him with a mix of respect and uncertainty, wondering where his ambition will lead him next. The mysterious figure. But it's not just Haruka's journey we're focusing on. A new character is introduced, but we don't get much at first. All we see is a figure, draped in shadows, observing Haruka from a distance. Their gaze is sharp, calculating. As the figure watches Haruka with keen interest, the reader can almost feel the weight of their intentions. This isn't just a casual observer. This person has history with Haruka. The question now is, who are they, and what is their connection to the mysterious transfer student? A brief encounter. Later in the chapter, Haruka has a rare moment of interaction with Kyoya, a quiet yet intriguing second year who had previously shown little interest in Haruka's existence. The two share a brief conversation that gives us small hints of Haruka's past. Kyoya mentions something about Haruka's history, saying, "Some ghosts never let you go, huh?" This cryptic statement is enough to plant a seed of curiosity in the reader's mind. What happened to Haruka before he arrived at Furin High? Why does Kyoya seem to know more than he's letting on? It's a subtle moment, but it tells us that Haruka's fight is more than physical. It's internal. It's a battle to bury the past and carve out a new future. Haruka's inner conflict. Later, we enter Haruka's mind. He's walking alone, lost in his thoughts, when his past comes rushing back in a flashback. We see glimpses of Haruka's life before Bofurin, a life filled with turbulence, conflict, and moments that shaped him into the person he is today. We catch glimpses of his former school, and we see Haruka as a younger, more vulnerable version of himself. The key moment in the flashback is when Haruka encounters a past rival, someone who has clearly left a deep scar on his heart. This rival is harsh, ruthless, and relentless, but there's a bond between them. One that's complicated, filled with resentment and unspoken emotions. In a moment of vulnerability, Haruka lets out a quiet sigh, remembering the pain of losing to that person. It's clear that this past rivalry still haunts him, even though he tries to bury it. The quiet challenge. The flashback fades, and Haruka finds himself in the present again. He looks at the skyline, his eyes focused, determined, but tinged with something else. Regret? Pain? He's not just fighting for the title of the strongest at Bofurin. He's fighting to overcome the shadow of the past that continues to loom over him. And it's not just a physical fight. The real battle lies in the heart. Haruka's true test is whether he can move forward without being dragged back into his previous life, filled with unhealed wounds. The return of the shadow. Just as Haruka's internal battle seems to reach a new point of clarity, the mysterious figure reappears. This time, it's more than just watching from the shadows. The figure steps into Haruka's path. Their face is now visible, though still unfamiliar. It's clear this person isn't a random student. They have a history with Haruka, and the tension between them is palpable. The figure speaks, their voice low, carrying a cold weight. "You're still the same, Haruka. Do you really think you can outrun who you were?" Haruka doesn't answer immediately. He stands there, calm, watching this figure closely. The encounter is short, but loaded with significance. This person isn't just some random individual. They know him. They know his past, and they've clearly come to settle old scores. The battle within. The chapter ends with Haruka walking away from the confrontation, but the weight of the encounter lingers in the air. His journey isn't just about physical challenges anymore. It's about confronting the mistakes, regrets, and unfinished business of his past and deciding whether he can overcome it to become something greater. The ghost of his former self is no longer just a haunting memory. It's a living, breathing part of his existence that he cannot ignore. The real question is, can Haruka grow beyond the shadow of his past, or will it define him forever? In Chapter 9 of Windbreaker, the story takes a more introspective turn. Haruka's past is no longer a secret, and it's clear that he's running from something, not just to become the strongest, but to escape the person he used to be. But with new characters entering the scene and old ghosts resurfacing, Haruka's journey is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. Stay tuned with Everything in One, because in the next chapter, Haruka's biggest battle yet is on the horizon. Would you like to continue with Chapter 10 in the same detailed, audio friendly format?